After receiving numerous calls and online tips from worried citizens, the LAPD reportedly began an official investigation into Blueface's behavior. Child Protective Services confirmed in a statement that they were looking through all publicly available evidence to determine Junior's safety. By midday, an emergency court order was filed on Chrisean's behalf, and insiders confirmed that a judge had issued a temporary protective order against Blueface that prohibited him from contacting Chrisean or coming within 100 feet of her or the baby. A custody hearing was expedited for later that week. At this moment, Sean, I'm going to gather the rest of my son's belongings before heading to the lot to pick up a brand new Maybach truck that has been fully paid for. You will see it soon. Truth is that this didn't happen overnight. A few hours ago, Chrisean Rock was seen crying in her car, barefoot, holding a broken iPhone and a baby bottle while her son Junior sat quietly in the back seat. Blueface had kicked them both out without warning or mercy, according to eyewitnesses, and he never even stepped outside, instead smoking and, according to a neighbor, laughing while she loaded their lives into trash bags. The internet wasn't laughing because of what happened next. Lit TikTok on fire. Chrisean's cousin went live after revealing a terrifying text from Blueface that said, "It's me or the baby." Suddenly, Junior's crib clothes and toys ended up on the sidewalk and fans were incensed. Insiders confirmed that the tension had been building for weeks and it's still far from over. The real tipping point was when Chrisean's most recent post changed the game. The tears, broken phone, and garbage bags full of baby wipes indicated that this unraveling had been building since 2022. Their relationship wasn't a love story, but rather a battlefield with good lighting. At that time, Chrisean went from viral firecracker to a national obsession with Blueface, fighting with strangers, security guards, and even his own family members. Some called it love, others toxic, but those who looked closer saw something more profound. She was fighting not only for him, but also to be seen, and Blueface saw it tanned. Their most agonizing moments turned into content live streams full of drama, chaos, and trauma. And for a while it worked, as millions watched, clicked, and shared. Then came Junior and everything changed. On the day she gave birth, the internet shifted its focus from the girl leaving him to protect that baby. And instead, he was online promoting other women and teasing new songs while Chrisean whispered, "I love you, Junior." Blueface did show up, but he brought cameras instead of care, and co-parenting wasn't the goal. Over the course of the last 6 months, the situation has gotten worse with each step Chrisean has taken towards stability. He has undercut her by showing up without warning, posting shady tweets, going live with his ex, and calling her the only queen who moves right. Her fans noticed her family, and her cousin even tweeted, "He doesn't claim Junior unless it's time to drag her." This is disgusting, but Chrisean persisted. Chrisean had been trying really hard, posting moments of calm on her Instagram stories with her Junior and Blueface curled up watching cartoons and smiling on her chest. The caption read, "This is what I wanted, just peace." But peace doesn't live where Blueface does. Then came the situation with the house. Blueface had let her move into one of his spare townhomes in law. Not out of kindness, but control it wasn't in. Her name not on a lease, just hers as long as he allowed it. She tried to make it a home, painted Junior's room blue, set up his crib, and even started filming YouTube videos to create her own income, but instead of being proud, Blueface got angry. A former assistant allegedly leaked a message from him, "I ain't giving her a platform just so she can act single and ungrateful." Another insider said he didn't like the praise she was getting as a mother. He needed control of that narrative too. Then came the ultimatum, a text from Blueface saying, "You got till sundown to pack." Chrisean thought he was kidding. But when her door code failed, he locked her out, her belongings, Junior's formula, his onesies, and even her ankle monitor charger were all thrown outside. The worst part was when Blueface went live, smirking and sipping a drink, saying, "I got my whole family in my house like it's sweet, go home, baby girl." Now Chrisean is back in her car with her baby, no apartment, no safety net, just her and Junior on the entire internet watching like it's a drama series. But what she posted next wasn't for views. Rather, it was a warning, because Chrisean, she's finished being the idiot. And someone close to Blueface just flipped. Less than 24 hours after the eviction, the power dynamic changed and Chrisean went live at 2 a.m. If Blueface believed that throwing a few bags on the curb and grinning live would be the end of this, he was mistaken. "I'm not here to cry," she said, "because you wanted to humiliate me in front of the world. Let me show the world who you really are. Then she pulled out a second phone and played a voice recording that was unmistakably Blueface's voice. You lucky that I even let y'all stay here. You were supposed to get that abortion. I didn't ask for no kid, and I ain't changing SHU on your own asterisk, she said. Flooded in, he said aloud. And just as the stream peaked, Blueface joined. The live to deny, not to apologize, but to leave a comment. You still talking, girl. Grow up. Chrisean didn't flinch. I did grow up, that's why I'm not scared of you. No more. Mic drop. However, the night took a turn for the worse an hour later, when a new Instagram account called Baby Mitter appeared. The account's first post was a blurry picture of a junior in a carrier with the caption, I watched that baby more than his dad ever did. The truth didn't leak. It exploded within 15 minutes. The mysterious account posted 6 rapid-fire stories, complete with screen captures, voicemails, and text messages from someone who had seen it all. Was run by Kayla, a former nanny who worked for Chrisean and Blueface's home for 5 months. She wasn't holding back when she revealed texts from Blueface that said things like, just keep the kid quiet so I can shoot this video, she'd be doing too much. A voice memo then told her not to bring any men around that baby or that my son doesn't need a fake daddy. Screenshots showed that Chrisean sent Kayla $200 on a Cash App labeled for diapers once more. The last story was a group chat with Blueface, in which Kayla and someone from his management warned that she would talk too much. Blueface warned that Kayla would be crying in the bathroom. When I told her what it was, the internet didn't just react. It erupted in comments that he's not just controlling her, he's neglecting that baby. Within hours, the account had more followers than Blueface's own page, and celebrities commented on it. Cardi B tweeted, at first I'd be laughing, but nah, I can't stay quiet no more. Y'all haven't even seen half of it. Then came proof no one could ignore. A 30-second clip from a Ring camera inside Blueface's house surfaced. No editing, no music. Just cold raw footage of Blueface yelling in Chrisean's face as she tried to leave Junior in her arms, crying. Blueface's voice was loud and sharp. Shut that baby up, you are the one who wanted him. Chrisean, scarcely able to keep herself together, muttered, I apologize. This ain't rap beef, this is abuse straight up, he continued, referring to the video that broke the internet as she backed away in front of his child. An energy drink company that had recently featured Blueface and Jaden in a campaign wiped out every post, saying, we were unaware of recent events involving Blueface and his former partner. All marketing ties have been terminated effective immediately. She apologized while holding their baby after being screamed at. That tweet alone received 12 million views in 4 hours, and suddenly brands weren't just watching. They were retweeting. Promoted him on Twitch and unfollowed him on all platforms. The reality TV powerhouse behind their most chaotic moments, Zeus Network, remained silent in public, but according to insiders, panic had set in behind the scenes. Then, as if things couldn't get worse, Chrisean's cousin, Tasha, showed up on the SIP podcast with her own receipts in the middle of the episode. She pulled up texts from Chrisean, who locked the bedroom door and said, I couldn't leave until I acted right. I was holding Junior, he didn't care. The host froze one of them and asked, did she call the police? Tasha nodded. Yes, she did, but he posted her phone number on Twitter and instructed his fans to blow up her inbox. People were asking, how do we get her and that baby somewhere safe? Instead of why she stayed. After the video and podcast clips went viral, even Beyoncé's account started posting, Blueface is the face of butt. The statement was cut off, but it didn't matter because everyone already knew that the shift was undeniable. What had once been dismissed as online drama had turned into something raw, visceral, and real. This was the tipping point that caused the tide to turn in favor of Chrisean's. Imagine giving everything to a man who dumps you and your baby on the street. She's stronger than most. Lizzo went live on Instagram with tears in her eyes, saying, y'all used to laugh at her. But there's nothing funny about a mother packing diapers into trash bags while crying in silence. The narrative flipped, and the punchline was no longer there. Chrisean became a symbol survivor of private torment and public exploitation. Blueface responded, but he didn't apologize or reflect. Instead, he posted a TikTok dancing to his throat jack. Should have just stayed quiet, little mama. He turned her eviction into a trend. The internet reacted negatively, with comments like, "This man's ego just dug his own grave, he turned cruelty into choreography." However, things got worse within an hour when a new clip from Blueface's house's backyard night camera surfaced. The grainy footage showed Chrisean pacing outside on the phone while holding Junior, who was shaking. He yelled through a broken window, "Go ahead and cry outside like a dog. You wanted to be independent, right?" Chrisean covered Junior's ears and muttered, "I'm sorry, I'll leave." The hashtag protect cries broke something in people's hearts, and Junior skyrocketed to the #2 trending spot globally. BuzzFeed, Variety, and other major outlets picked it up. Then came the cliffhanger. Dr. Blueface's former friend and recent whistleblower had one last Instagram story that you haven't seen yet. "I have footage that will kill his TV money, sponsors, and possibly even his freedom. I'm giving him 48 hours to make it right or I drop it." The internet went crazy, with fans demanding, "Drop it now, you're not changing him, save her. We're done watching women suffer in silence." The entire world is waiting for a single video that could bring down Blueface's career like a house of cards. His reputation, and his reputation in the most bitter twist of all. The woman he spent so much time trying to silence is the only one who might be able to stop it. What started as another messy breakup between two controversial celebrities has turned into a cultural reckoning, a social media trial, a public outcry, and a mirror of how society treats women who survive both love and abuse under the spotlight. Twitter spaces are constantly bustling, and TikTok is flooded with theories, reactions, breakdowns, #SRage, #cancel Blueface, #free Chrisean, #protect Junior, from reality TV to reality check. And the final tape hasn't even been released yet, entertainment. But a full-blown public reckoning at the center is that Chrisean Rock is no longer portrayed as the unpredictable girlfriend, but rather as a mother and survivor. And Blueface, who was once just a messy rapper, is now facing the collapse of his career in real time after a series of viral posts showing him evicting Chrisean and their infant son from a house he controlled, locking her out and filming her distress as content for the internet to watch in disbelief. What followed were damning leaks, voice recordings of Blueface confessing he never wanted the child, screen captures demonstrating control and emotional neglect, and security footage of him yelling at Chrisean as she held their baby and attempted to leave quietly. In a matter of hours, the story changed from being ridiculed for emotional outbursts or being called dramatic to being seen as a woman surviving abuse. As the cameras rolled, TikTok creators who had previously made fun of her posted apologies, meme pages that replaced jokes with tributes. Celebrities started speaking out, with Cardi B saying that there is no justification for treating a woman, especially a mother, in that way. Megan Good said that it broke her heart to see Chrisean apologize while being pushed out. So Diddy called for an end to making monsters famous, even though 50 Cent, known for his icy humor, acknowledged some things shouldn't be filmed because not everything can be edited. As the backlash grew, Blueface posted a TikTok dancing to Hit the Road Jack with a smug caption mocking Chrisean's eviction. Hours later, another security video leaked, showing her standing outside at night on the phone, shaking and holding Junior as Blueface yelled through a window telling her to cry outside like a dog again. She said, "I'm sorry, I'll leave." This footage drove the public past the tipping point, and major networks took notice. Zeus Network removed their reality show from its homepage, and his Cameo profile disappeared, costing $120,000. The club walkthrough was canceled. Instagram demonetized his page, and a Zeus producer acknowledged in a leaked message that the unreleased footage was even worse than what the public had already seen. Insiders in the music industry started to distance themselves, and Apple Music removed him from playlists, Spotify downgraded his songs, and radio stations pulled him off the air. His silence and the mass exodus spoke volumes. Additionally, this story went beyond gossip blogs and into serious journalism publications like Time and The Atlantic, which ran in-depth pieces about the harm caused by the internet, not about the drama. Blueface once had the upper hand in the media game, but now he's at the mercy of a public that no longer finds him funny. The damage is done, but the accountability has only just begun. The scandal had officially crossed the threshold of viral drama into something far more serious. One headline read, "America watched a mother be humiliated. Why are we still calling this entertainment?" It was about a real woman, a real child. and a real pattern of emotional control and public degradation. How close as the world fell apart around them. Those clips hit differently. This wasn't just another toxic breakup or a messy online feud. It was a mother being broken in real time while continuing to protect her son from the chaos. Despite being shamed, discarded, mocked, and filmed for entertainment, she continued to protect him. The most popular TikTok at the time was a fan edit of the now famous backyard footage, which showed Chrisean whispering, I'm sorry, while Blueface yelled from the window while accompanied by a gentle piano tune. The video ended with the words, she didn't fail him, she saved him. It had already received over 14 million views as a result of people realizing that this was more than just when the final video was released. Exactly 48 hours after Dr. Blueface's former best friend, bodyguard, and now enemy warned him that he would leak a final career-ending clip, the internet went into a frenzy of speculation about whether or not Dr. Blueface would silence him, whether or not he was scared, and whether or not it was all fake. However, just after midnight on October 31st, a Dropbox link with no caption appeared, and within minutes, the grainy security footage was all over the internet x TikTok, YouTube group chats, Discord servers, and Reddit threads. The angle was from a garage camera, and Chrisean sat on. She didn't respond, but then there was a loud crash. He had thrown something that shattered near her, and she jumped. Junior screamed. And then he stepped into frame, leaned down, and whispered something that made everyone watching recoil. I told you to leave now, it's too late. She held her baby tighter, her hands visibly shaking, and then he walked off the door. The footage was cut, and the internet responded in real time. There was no more speculating or denial when at midnight, Blueface was no longer popular on the internet for his music or antics. Instead, he was popular because the internet was done with him. By morning, the legal fallout had started, and TMJ issued a breaking alert, stating that the APD was officially reviewing the recently surfaced garage footage involving Blueface and Chrisean Rock and launching a potential domestic disturbance investigation. Another outlet confirmed that Child Protective Services had also been notified after a concerned viewer submitted the video in a digital report. What had once passed as entertainment was revealed to be emotional terrorism, now appearing in courtrooms as evidence. And as the investigation progressed, Blueface stopped posting anything. No tweets, no Instagram stories, no TikToks. Jaden Alexis, no TikToks. His management was gone and his official website went offline. Fans were calling this the fall of a clout god, while Chrisean's final post was eerily silent, featuring a single picture of a sleeping baby Junior clutching her finger with no caption, just the location tag, safe now. The case wasn't finished yet though, because the ex-body who started it all uploaded a final tale before deleting his account. That's all in disclosing. The rest is with a lawyer, and now there is a lot of conjecture, litigation, and criminal charges. Adopre's insiders said that everything is moving forward. But there is still a question, will Blueface face actual repercussions or attempt to vanish before they land? Because now that the world has seen the footage, the fallout and the silence, the question is not whether Blueface has been cancelled, but rather whether this is the beginning of something bigger. Docker was a whistleblower or a clout chaser. Was he Chrisean? Was he simply surviving in silence, waiting for the world to finally pay attention? Most importantly, should Blueface face legal accountability, or is the court of public opinion punishment sufficient? Blue, pack it up. The next drop might not be a stream. It might be court documents, CPS findings, or even footage from Blueface's arrest. This story isn't over. It's just finally out in the open. If you think there's more truth to come, comment. Leak the rest, and if you're rooting for Chrisean and Junior, protect the real, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications.